Breaking news. Kewon White, on March 29th, 2025, he called in from the prison, and I need to break this call down so y'all understand this call. Right now, Kewon White is living like a true OG. If this is how you want to go out, this is how you go out. And this is Kewon White accepting his fate, that his life is done. That's what this phone call that I'm getting ready to play is going to show you. Kewon White has accepted that his life is done, that he chose a path and he's willing to walk down that path. He's going to explain that in this video. Please listen to this video and share that with others. I've seen other podcasters make it and they missed the point trying to do a reaction to Kewon White speaking his truth where he's at right now. Now, let's get the intro going. Make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Unique Mecca Audio, Juanita. You know what it is, yo. This right here is Banzo Bling calling in from the prison. Please listen to this. I took up enough of your time. I want you to hear this young man. He's accepting his fate on what time it is in his life and where he's at in his life to a podcaster that don't really understand what he's saying. So I'm going to interpret this for you. So I might stop this a lot. So please bear with it. If you a rat bastard and want to act like you know everything and you already know what's going on and I keep stopping it, you have time to get off the channel right now. But I'm going to break this down so you understand what's in his mind right now, because right now this young man behind me is accepting his fate, that his life is done. And I'm going to show you how we get to that. All right, let's get this thing popping.
Shit, chilling.
Shit, nigga, how you feeling?
Shit, I mean, ain't no way to feel shit. It's just, gotta wait to the end. I gotta go all the way to show, you know, gotta go all the way, man.
You
so
got
everybody that know what happened.
See, he's saying he got to go all the way so everybody that know, and everybody that know what happens. You understand? In other words, he's going to expose them by making them go to trial because they putting together a Fugazi case, bringing Yella Beezy in on this, is what I'm interpreting from what he's saying. So listen to this here.
Right, you got to go. So now you got to go all the way with the 3 situation now, right?
Talking about mode 3.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
It's over with, though. It's over with for sure, though, but, you know.
What you think he mean when he say that the Mode 3 situation is over with for sure? Y'all put it in the comments right now. I'm going to let it play, and he's going to explain that, and he's explaining that gangster right now. Make sure you listen to this, because this is what makes us an official gangster channel. All right?
What it is, man. It's life.
What you mean it's over with for you, or what you mean is like what right you think there. You still coming home?
Oh, that's over with.
Oh, that's over with.
He asked him if you still coming home. He said, man, that's over with. That mean that, yo, I know I'm not coming home. And right here is where he accepts his fate. So you young brothers watching this, man, this young man like, what, 24, 26, whatever, 27, you rat bastards. Put it in the comments for me. You know what I mean? But whatever age he is, he's in his 20s. So if he do 30 years on a cop-out, he'll come home in his 50s younger than me by a decade. You know? If he take 40 years, he'll come home my age. He's taking his faith that that's what it is. And this joint here is being sponsored by Cashbox, so you understand that. This coming out probably May 1st. Be on the lookout. You know, if you send your money to the wrong person, and you know how when you do it with these other apps, you send it to the wrong person, you're just dead. Well, this joint got a virtual vault in the middle, and it alerts you that they're accepting the money, and then you look at it and decide if that's who you want to send your money to. And then you just hit bing, nope, I don't need a husband knowing. Let me send it Ghostbox. That's another joint that they're going to have on Cashbox. But be on the lookout for that. Let me get back into this. But you see how I work everything in so nice and fly? I mean, from a drug dealer to a YouTuber. Huh? Let's get it rolling.
So what made you give up?
Give up?
It's just over with, man.
Right.
You know, sometimes you just gotta accept life for what it is.
See, he says sometimes you gotta accept life for what it is. See, when he said that, now I'm gonna play this video that I think y'all really need to see so you could understand. This is what he's locked up for right now, right? This is the joint with Mo 3. He was in that black Camaro. The young man that's talking right now on the phone, he cuts off the truck up front so you can see it. Now, when he cuts it off, he's going to block the road off. For those of y'all that have never seen it, and those of y'all that have seen it, now you know we have Kewon White on the phone explaining. Now, so that's where the truck is going. So they right there. Let's get this thing moving, you know? All right, there you go. Right here. Here he comes now. You're going to see him come in the frame. Watch the two cars, how they come up, and watch that truck up ahead. I'm not even going to pause. I'm going to let it ride because this is about letting you hear the phone call. But, you know, you see them? That's them two up there. That's the gold car. That's right there is where he got blocked off. This is where Mo 3 had a chance to drive out right next on the right side of that pickup truck, but he chose not to. He a gangster. He go for his joint. He opens the door. He's like, yeah, we going to get it on. So now he going to get it on. So he grabs the joint, you know, and ain't dead. Damn. So now he got to go. Now, this is the young man on the phone that's chasing him down with the chopper. Car doors left wide open. Whatever has happened behind us, you know, all that is going on. Now you're going to see him run back over. And this is the man that's on the phone, and he accepts his fate that, man, I'm caught on tape. I'm busted. Here I go running up the street with the joint in my hand on videotape. I can't win, but I'm not going to make a deal and turn into a rat bastard. So that's where he was at, right? So now he leaves that, and he's charged for unaliving this brother right here. But now we're going to get back to the tape.
Right.
This call is from a federal prison.
Peace with myself, bro. It is what it is, you know.
Right.
One thing about me, man, a nigga can't ever say I'm a fuck nigga or nothing, bro. You can call me gay if you want to. You call me whatever you want to call me, but nigga can never say I did no fuck shit to nobody.
See, that's the realest shit you'll ever hear right there. Because you already know he got the joint with the shooting because of the, you know, the he, she, however they call it. I don't know. I don't want to make no terminologies, but you know what I mean? But he's admitting that, yo, yeah, I like same sex. You could say all that. I admit to all that. But one thing, I've always been loyal to everybody. I always kept it 100. You understand? I'm just who I am, you know? And he's saying that you could call me a he cipher, monkey cipher. You know, y'all put in the comments so they know what we saying. But he's saying that you could call me a he cipher, monkey cipher, but you could never say that I went to the other side and worked with the police. So he's willing to take his fate of going out as a street gangster regardless of his sexuality. So you call me what you want. Yeah, I love men, whatever. That's what it is. That's what he's saying. That's where he at. You know what I mean? So you could never say that I went to the other side and worked for those peoples. And that's all I want y'all to understand and put on my tombstone. All right? Let me play this out.
Always loyal to everybody.
Always loyal.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, it's what you get for being loyal to the game and to niggas. You know what I'm saying? I haven't did nothing, but it is what it is. So
see, he's saying that's what you get for being loyal to the game and triggers. You're loyal to them, but they're not always loyal back to you. Remember that. That's all he's saying. Just like Michael, we ride. You could love a female so much that you feel her in your bones, or you female may love a man so much that you feel him in your bones and you get quivers and shivers when you even near him and he touch you, you feel electricity and all that crap. You know that bull crap. Now, you feel all that going on. But then at the end of the day, you stop and you think like, you know, I could love them with all my soul, but that don't mean they're gonna love me back. So do I need to be reciprocated for my love? Or do I just need to give my love? And that's what a lot of people do, male and females. They give their love when they're not getting that love back. And they settle for that. And then they get mad at that. But if they settle for that and that's what they wanted, then they're supposed to be comfortable with that. And that's what Banzo Bling is saying right now. I'm settling for who I am and what I chose. And, you know, I'm going out like a street trigger. I'm not telling on nobody. I'm not doing none of that. And I'm going to expose it because the government making up some fugazi plan that didn't even go through and trying to bring my man Yella Beezy in this that ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm going to play a little Woody and blow the whole case up. Watch what I tell you. When he go to trial, he going to play little Woody when he get on the stand because he going to let them know straight up what it is. Yeah, I did this, I did that, and this is what happened, and I'm willing to take the consequences to my actions because this is a straight man that was raised on the street. And right now, what I see, because he's in there with a lot of the he cipher monkey ciphers and the he cipher monkey ciphers that's in the federal penitentiary now, but 9 times out of 10, those are old heads looking to turn out a young boy like that, but the young boy went in there already turned out. So an old boy grabbed this young boy, done turned him out some more to penitentiary join how to do his bid and get over this next 40, 50, 60 years that you're going to hear him say that he's going to accept that he's willing to do 60 years. Listen to where we at, man. If this is where you young people want to go, feel free to go there. But I'm telling you, this is not where you want to go. But he's accepting his fate because he's around old heads that's telling him, you 24, you 26, you 28, you go home 58, 56, 54, you good, joints still work, bone and brought back out, you even have a baby and start your life all over again at 58. It ain't that bad, youngin'. You know, that's what they telling him.
I'm ready to just go and get over and get my time in. And either shit. I just told my lawyer straight up, man. It is what it is. Just fight for me. Shit. I don't care. Just fight for me. Just show me that you gonna put a fight up for me. That's all I care about.
See, now that's gangster. He said, just like I always tell y'all, right? You know what I always tell you, right? You can never lose a fight as long as you got in the ring to fight. Once you get in the ring, you already won because you accepted the fight. So if you technically lose, you still won because you stepped in the ring. And that's what this man is saying. As long as you put up a fight for me, I'm going to go out like a gangster. I know I'm guilty of sin, but just put on the best fight you could do for me. Huh? You know, and I made an effort. You know, I made an effort to fight for my life instead of laying down, saying I plead guilty and go take my time and lay down for the rest of my life. Kewon White is saying, nah, dog, we going to take this to the door. You know what I mean? And lawyer going to tell him, dog, you can't win. He going to say, yo, but this how I got to go out because whatever cop they give me is going to be too much for me to live out anyway, even while I'm only in my 20s. Because you know the rat bastards on Unique Mecca Audio going to tell him that, nah, he's not 24. He's 24 and a half. You know, because that's how they do, you know. But let's get back to my man.
But you know, did you see the news? Yeah.
I seen all that.
Right.
But
Now,
see,
this is deep right here.
y'all the one not seeing what's going on.
Tell him again.
It's I haven't been to the county. That's all I got to say.
I know you haven't. I know you haven't.
Why wait this long, bro? Why wait this long? I could have been home. On protected custody, rich by now from the government and everything. But you know how that shit go. I'm still here. I'm still going through hell.
See what I'm saying? That man is saying that I could have been home. I could have been told on somebody. But instead, I'm still in here going through hell because my morals and principles and honor will not allow me to go out the back door and work with the government or the state or anybody. I'm taking my fate for what it is. I started out trying to be a gangster. I got caught up trying to be a gangster with the ultimate crime of taking a life. But still, I got to take my reaction to my action. This way your mind got to be at you youngins talking about going out there on the street now. You can't get it no rawer than this, man. Look how nice I got the background looking for you. I even took you inside 80X Supermax where I spent 5 years up in that joint. You know, this is 80X Supermax so you can see. You know, I just want y'all to really understand that this joint ain't nothing nice, and that's where we was at. But let's get back to, you know, big brother Kewon, you know what I mean? Keeping it gangster.
You still here going through hell, so
I
that
don't got no family. I don't got no family. I don't got nobody. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, I would have been there with. I don't got nobody. I got a little couple of family to make sure I'm good when they can, but I don't got nobody.
So you mean so you ain't so that mean you ain't telling then, right?
Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you ain't telling. That's what I'm saying. But we all know who's
But
telling.
that's why I said that to you. That's why you gotta pay attention to how I'm talking to you. That's why I said in so many words. I got to go all the way to show everybody the real.
Right, you got to go all the way now to show everybody the motherfucking real. And like that's what I said in our last interview. Like everybody's gonna be fucking shocked.
When, because truly I could give me something that, you know, a nigga might can come on to. You know, I can go probably try to get a 60 ball or something like that, you know, just to get out their way. But,
right.
Man, fuck them. I'm going to go out of the way. I'm going to make them pay. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I can do 20. I can do 30 and come on. But, I mean, if I do that, it's still going to look bad. So I just rather just go all the way.
Why the crack? Why? But why the? I don't understand though.
Yo, just so you understand where we at, right? This young man is keeping it so gangster that he's saying he'll rather do his time in a cell, live like a caged up king, than walk the streets as a free coward because he violated the code and the oath that he stuck with. And this is where he's at right now. He's saying that he'll rather, you know, take his like a man because he know what he chose for. He know what he did. And he have no problems taking the penalty that comes with what he did. That's a man of honor. I respect this dude. Don't worry about that. He's a he cipher, monkey cipher on, you know what I mean? He cipher, monkey ciphers, or, you know, boys or whatever. You know, what he's saying is a man. This is 80X Supermax. This man is saying he's ready to spend more than 60 years of his young life in prison to accept his responsibility and honor the oath that he took to the streets. But the streets wasn't loyal back to him. He said that he's going to go to trial so that he could expose the government, so they'll have to put the real out there, so y'all will have the paperwork that you're looking for. This is what you call a sacrificial lamb. Round of applause. All right. Round of applause. This young man is saying that I know I can't win. I spend the rest of my time writing at a desk like that's on the screen right now on Unique Mecca Audio, old cement desk with a cement stool and the whole nine, you know, where the side of my bunk is my shelf to put my underwears, as you see on the, you know, the right side of the screen. You look at it, it should be your right, you know what I mean? But that's my shelf. That's how I lived for 4.5 years, and I'm trying to prevent you from having to live like that as well, by sharing these stories with you and letting you know what it is. Let's get back to Kewon, man. Let's get back to the big bar real quick.
So what I don't understand is why is they putting you in the fucking news talking about in the hearing talking about they gave 40,000 my nigga, and you the only one, and it's like why is they using you only?
I wouldn't do nothing for 40,000. I wouldn't never do. Man, that's not even enough to get a lawyer, but I wouldn't do nothing for 40,000.
Right.
Everybody saying he ain't doing nothing for 40,000.
Wherever they got the information from, they lying like a bitch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right there, that just blew up Yella Beezy's case. So if he go in there as who they got on camera as the alleged shooter and say that Yella Beezy did not pay him to do no hit, no nothing, then the government got to tell the jury he's lying because he's being loyal to the street, this and that. And that's where that's going to go to see where it go. But that gives Yella Beezy a way out to let him know go to trial or take a sweet cop out for whatever it is that you got away from. You know, it ain't so much what they charge him with you with. It's the crimes that you committed that you didn't get caught for. You weigh that up and see if that's worth taking a deal to just dead it and start over fresh, or say, nah, I'm going all the way and taking the trial and then beat him and start all over again, because that's how it is when you're on the street. Let's finish this up. Banzo.
And the funk ass so player boy, that nigga he feel so played. So player feel so played because he feel like oh I didn't go through him to get the fucking interview from you and shit. And I was trying to tell so player. I'm like, it's a lot of things that you don't know. I said, no, you want the one that physically called me to get your interview. You ignore Rachel.
Hold on. You ain't even got to tell him that. Next time you talk to him, all you got to tell him is you weren't the one motherfucking making sure I was good. You weren't making sure I was good, nigga. So, like, nigga, you ain't shit to me.
Damn right.
This is family. You know what I'm saying?
And then
it's family. This who been with me at the beginning when everything came down. So fuck what they talking about, bro. Like that's why I told my mom, you know me, you know the real. Like you don't even have to question me like that. You know how I'm coming. My pride too bad to go like that. It's already bad enough I done did other shit, you know what I'm saying? But I stand on what I stand on, and shit, nigga better not fuck with me. But I ain't never been on that side of the field. I done did all this other stuff, but I never been on that side of the field. I'm never that type of nigga, bro.
Nah, fact.
You know what I'm saying? But
see, all he's saying is he ain't never been no rat. He said, I've been everything. I've been a he cipher, monkey cipher, I've been everything. You know what I mean? I did a lot of F crap. You understand? But I ain't never been on the other side. And that's what you call a man that was raised in the street, because those is the old morals and principles that this young man is the first one that I've seen since I've been home going on 5 years, May 15, 2025, that stood here and took his like a man. He said, I don't care what you call me. I know who I am. I'm comfortable being a he cipher, monkey cipher with the boys and all that, whatever you want to call me. I might not consider it that, but that's what it is. That's what he's saying. But at the end of the day, don't call me no rat. That's all he's saying. Don't call me no rat. Yo, you can't get no more gangster than that, man. Please listen to the rest of this tape, because this warms my heart to see this. But it also breaks my heart to see this. That we wasn't here to save our babies, to have them grow up with the same twisted morals and principles that we was raised by. That now at 60 we know is wrong. But now our children, like this young man, Kewon White, they have to live through what we lived through to see what we know, when we as parents that went through the fire should have been able to tell our children that the fire gets hot. But we dropped the ball. I take my responsibility. Just like Kewon White taking responsibility. I ran up the highway and gunned the dude down allegedly with a chopper in broad daylight, 3 o'clock. What I did was gangster. But now I gotta take what comes to a gangster when a gangster gets caught. Y'all understanding this, or this is getting too deep for you? See, this is why I get to just play the tape, because I don't know if I'm just talking to myself, if y'all feeling my soul right now. Because he touched my soul, because he screwed his life up, but that's because us elders wasn't here. And I take responsibility for that, like he took responsibility for screwing his life up. I take responsibility for being a part of that screw up by not being here. How many of you is going to be willing to do that? This man is saying him, he do 30 years, 60 years. You hear that mentality in 2025? When all you see on YouTube is everybody talking about, I'm telling them, and they spun it faster than you can think it. Let's get back to this, man.
And man, I just been through so much shit these last months, bro. Like, I'm talking about no commissary or lockdown or nothing, and it made me realize about life, bro. So, at the end of the day, I guess I just accept whatever comes.
Nah, fact. What was your like real nigga shit? I wanted to know, like, when you seen them motherfucking Yella Beezy in court, nigga, what was your first thought? Like, I know, cause when I seen, I was like, really?
Niggas lying. My first thought is niggas lying, and shit. One domino effect, shit. I ain't gonna say all of them because that's not true. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
Shit, they don't look too good.
Nah.
And they trying to make something where it's not even that. And y'all trying to make this to this. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, they don't do what they want to do. They want to spend their money and do all that themselves.
Nah, fact.
All I know is, only thing I ask y'all for is make sure I got a crispy suit. That's it. I just want a turtleneck. I don't even want no suit. Just give me a turtleneck and some nice slacks and some glasses. That's how I'm coming.
Yeah, shit. Nigga, you still need to get my motherfucking number, shit. But nigga, like, I mean, like, right
but
now.
My lawyer finna do some shit. So y'all really finna see some clarification come in a hot minute.
Right.
So my lawyer finna, she said I talked to her, she said she don't like how they trying to put me as a snitch. She don't like that because I could have been did that if that was the case.
Right. And that's fucked up how they trying to
put. A lot of niggas don't know. A lot of niggas don't know the feds and the government play dirty games, so I can't wait to trial so I can expose a lot of shit. I went through a lot of shit about this shit, bro. Niggas don't know the half that I've been through behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? And for them to do me like this, I ain't going like that. Y'all, hell no. I'm going to fight for mine. Y'all going to have to give me that shit. I'm not accepting.
This call is from a federal prison.
Y'all play dirty games, especially at the beginning. Had paperwork talking about to go home, 100% immunity, protected custody, all that shit. And nah, I don't like that.
Hell no. For what?
I don't even like that indictment. If y'all gonna do some shit, bro, at least be honest, bro. If y'all gonna say some shit, y'all didn't come with honest facts, bro. I don't like the lying shit, all that beating around the bush shit. That shit weird. That what getting me, cause it's not true. That's what's not getting me. A lot of shit is not true.
And you want to know what's up? You know the world right now. The world right now is me, you, and I'm Kewon. I'm Kewon manager, and they need to put the bag on my head because I know too much.
See, they don't even know what the real going on. That's how dumb we know the world is. The world don't even know who my manager is.
You know what I'm saying?
They just think. That's so player did that. But the phone finna go off in a minute, so as much love to y'all, but I'm gonna get with y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna call y'all tomorrow. But that's so player doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? And my lawyer told me I'm gonna be rich after I go to trial, so it's going up.
All right, so that's where we at, man. If y'all understand what I'm saying, this tape was deep, it was powerful, and if you youngins don't understand, man, this is a young man that just gave his life away to what I was blessed to escape from, but it cost me 26 and a half years to wake up, and it cost him his 26 and a half years to wake up. And we don't want them to follow in our footsteps. We trying to move forward and trying to bring them with us because they got great minds and they got hearts of lions. Just so you understand, you saw the way they showed how, he allegedly ran up the highway and, so, I mean, this is real, man. Just so you understand what I'm saying. That, look at what they accusing this man of, man. So you understand where we at. This is it right here. This is what they accusing him of right there. Let me get out the way. So you see. And, It's a man running for his life, and it's him chasing him for his life, allegedly. And this is what go on in the streets, and this is what we have to prevent, and this is what we trying to prevent at Unique Mecca Audio. I know some of the stories might be graphic and this and that, but look how graphic this look. This man running up the street with a chopper in his hand in broad daylight, 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Texas. You know, look at this. Can you believe this? You know, well, you know, welcome to America. 2025. This is what we trying to prevent because we wasn't here. This is what was created. We have to take responsibility for our actions in order to correct our actions. And remember, this program was sponsored by Cashbox. Cashbox is coming May 1st. Make sure you support it. First Black-owned, money transfer center. Make sure you check this out. Be on the lookout. Cashbox. That's for us, by us. Sound like some food stuff, right? All right.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. What?
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. Ruh. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Real. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block. Did his time, never squilling to the cops. Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. Baby horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours, so we can give back to the.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.